Hi everyone, it's Erica Jenkins here with my informative speech over cheerleading. Cheer, you may think it's a sport, some people don't, but you may. Cheerleading is actually very hard, and some people don't realize some of the work that goes into it. There are two different types of cheer. One is school cheer, and then one is competitive cheer. They're both difficult. They take a bunch of your time, and you have to be really dedicated. There are many different things that can happen on both, like the different types of things we do, like stunts, jumps, tumbling, and even the injuries that we obtain doing these things. So competitive cheer is where you go and you compete. It's called all-star cheer. And then school cheer, of course, it's your everyday cheering on your football players and basketball players and whatever else that you may do at your school. There was this article that I read, and it said cheer started with the University of Minnesota. In 2002, over 3.5 million people from the age 6 all the way until about the age of 20, maybe a little higher, were involved with cheerleading all over the world. So it became very, very popular around the 2000s. Cheer is such a big thing in the world, and a lot of the cheerleaders and a lot of school cheer people don't get enough credit. People don't give the athletes enough credit for all the hard work that gets put into it. So next I'm going to explain to you some of the things that we do. So the first one I'm going to explain is stunts. There's this thing called extension, prep, full up, and half up, and that's just like a very glimpse of it. That's not even half of the stuff. So an extension is where you, in a stunt group, there's 4 things that you need, okay? You need 2 bases, a main base and a side base, and then you need a back spot, and then your flyer that's flying in the air. So the bases and back spots have a flyer. So the flyer is depending on the back spot. But the flyer also has to be very sharp, and she has to stay tight, and she has to have confidence or she will fall, and hopefully her bases and back spots will catch her. If not, it's gonna hurt. Personal experience, I have fallen plenty of times, but I have also been the one to lift flyers up, so I know how both ways go, and you have to be sharp. Everyone has to work together too. So if your bases are off on counts, then you're gonna be off and your flyer is gonna feel unbalanced, and then it's just gonna fall. These 4 things, like the extension, prep, full up, and half up, may seem very difficult to you, but I promise you, it won't be very difficult if you were to learn it. You learn stuff pretty easily in cheer. It just depends on like what level you are on and stuff like that. So the next thing is jumps. Jumps are where you stand clean on the ground, and then you can do a toe touch, a pike, which is you jump out and both of your feet are straight out together. A toe touch is where you kind of make an X, You jump up, both feet go out. And there are others, like there's a hurdler, and it's where one leg you kick behind and one leg you kick straight, and your arms are out forwards. And on your jumps, they have to be very, very clean to look pretty, and you also have to be flexible. So the main thing in cheer is you need to stretch a lot, and you have to learn, and it's always good to have a mirror so that you can look at yourself in front, because it's really hard to see the stuff that you do when you don't have, no one's watching you and you can't see yourself. So if you were to get involved in cheer, buy a body mirror so that you can critique yourself and become better, and not just practice when you're at practice. You also have to practice at home. It's one of those sports that you can't just get good at if you don't practice. The next thing is tumbling. This is where it gets difficult. So tumbling requires more practice and knowledge, or you can really hurt yourself. If you find tumbling interesting, you can sign up for tumbling classes with coaches who know what they are doing. There is a back handspring, a tuck, a layout, and then a full. If you go to classes, you will learn these things in that order. Please do not try them by yourself. Please get a coach, because you can really hurt yourself. So back handspring, you use your hands and you jump back, and it's a back handspring. A tuck, you go back but you don't use your hands, and you have to make sure you tuck your legs and jump really high. A layout is where you do a backflip with your feet straight, so you're going to keep your legs straight and go all the way back. And then a full is where you go up, turn in the air, and then fall on your land, obviously. But those are very hard, and like stunts and jumps, you can do those on your own. Just be very careful and you can learn how to do those. But tumbling, unless you have a trampoline, I wouldn't advise you to try these things. The next thing is treating the injuries. So in cheer, it's really hard. You get hurt easily. You may have to make sure you stretch really good. You have to make sure you warm up your body and stuff. But there's occasions that stuff happens and we get injuries. So for an injury, you need to rest that injury for 24 hours before doing anything again, just to let your muscles or your bones or whatever relax a little bit. You're going to ice every 10 to 15 minutes and to also apply some pressure. So don't apply ice more than 15 minutes or like more than 20 minutes, because it'll make your muscle cold and then it's not really helping it. So it'll get too cold. So make sure you just keep it on no longer than 20 minutes and then take it off so that that muscle can get warm again and it works it good. And also elevate to keep from swelling. Oftentimes when cheerleaders hurt themselves, it involves swelling. So when you elevate it above your heart, it keeps the swelling down, and do the ice every 10 to 15 minutes. So in conclusion, cheer actually started a long time ago and has progressed over the years in many different ways. I hope this speech will help you understand a little more about the cheerleading world and the things we do, and how to treat our injuries that occur. People often think that there is nothing to cheer, but I am a testifying person right here that with experience I'm telling you that there's a lot of hard work and dedication. If you don't have the hard work or willingness to do it, then it's not going to work. Thank you.